So I just had a dream that I was arriving at my mom's house. My grandparents were there, but their presence was kind of vague and only with me as I walked in the door. And then they kind of disappeared. In the dream, my mom had two cats, and there was a severe storm kicking in outside, and as we were walking in, the cats were trying to get outside, and I had to hold the door shut very tightly so that they wouldn't. As I was holding it shut, I felt like the one jumped up and bit my wrist, but I was looking and I didn't actually see it do that, so I was kind of spooked by how that happened. And my grandma, who was in the dream, but who's no longer living, was talking on the side while this was happening about how she was really concerned about how one of her daughters, not my mom, said to her that she has the right to control her. And how she was saying, if anything, it should be the other way around, that the mother should control the daughter. But, even that is not the word she would use for it. So then, surprisingly, my mom came in. She said, "Oh, this cat's the one that you should let go out. You should let the cat go outside for a minute, because then it will get scared and know that it doesn't actually want to be out in the storm. We'll come back in." So we did that, and that happened. But then she didn't realize that the other cat strolled by, went outside, played around a little bit, but then decided, the storm was bad. And it tried to come in, but as it tried to come in, the door closed on it, and it got washed away in the flood. And at that point, it seemed like I couldn't let it back in. Like I was just witnessing at that point. And then a funny thing happened. My mom was part of some meeting that was happening there that was punk rock moms or something like that. And they were all rocking out, playing drums mostly, on drum kits and stuff. And so they didn't know what was going on with the cat. But as I watched them drumming, then the flood kind of spilled into the house, and the cat was basically riding the waves in, came in, and then that seemed to all have disappeared and become calm again. And then I was watching just on TV some sort of ad for similar groups of feminist punk bands, and a lot of them had really cool names. I was holding them on into my memory as I watched it, but now I can't remember them. The only one I remember was No Abundance, but as in none, N-O, abundance. And then that, was watching that, and I felt like I was coming out of a nap. I was laying on a couch. It was on a TV, and then I overheard my mom talking in the other room to my stepdad, and she was complaining about some kind of distant family member who, I don't know, I think it was, I don't know what the relation was, but it was someone who was a lesbian, and how, I don't know, about how some influence that must have made her that way or something, and she was just complaining in the most, like, starting to sound hateful kind of way. But then she threw in one of those things like, oh, well, not that I have anything against someone for being that way. And I just walked by her into her kitchen and just kind of interjected aggressively saying, well, it sure sounds like you do. And then we bickered a little bit about that, and I kept just saying, like, no. You can only look at people as individuals. You can't generalize characteristics about groups like that. And my stepdad was just there, kind of calmly, pleasantly listening to it all, but not partaking in the comfort conversation. And then I woke up, and now I'm going back to sleep.